All right, how's it going? How's it going, everyone? Myself, maintaining. It is what it is with me, you know. Do what I do, be what I be. Call it a day, huh? On day. All right. I tell you. Mm-mm. Life's a beautiful thing. I tell you. When you become aware of it, you know what I'm saying? You know, because it's like some people, like most people, live to die. You know what I'm saying? I live to live. You know what I'm saying? You know, life never stops for me. I'm always creating. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no time. So if you, it's like I used to say, if you can, if you can control the hands of time, whoever controls the hands of time, controls the hands of the mind. You see what I'm saying? So whoever controls your time controls your mind, and if they control your mind, they control your money. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? But not even that's not. I'm not. It's not even all about that. Cause me, I used to have this. I had this saying. It was like money started with the blacksmith. Then it's called trade, bartering. That little ink thing. I never cared about it, but you needed to survive, and we do. We needed to survive. You know. But cause you know what I'm saying. I mean, they said money is the root of all evil, but it's not the root of all evil. It's just energy. So anything within energy is how you use the energy. Plus, you know, when you break it down, you know, saying the tree of life, money comes from trees. I mean, we're the tree of life as well. You know what I'm saying? We all come from we're trees. Look at your handprints, your fingerprints. They look like resemble the like you open the tree up and you see the circles on around there. Those are like fingerprints. I mean, we're no different. We're the tree of life. We're all coming from a tree, the tree of life. We're just different fruit, but we're all fruit. You know what I'm saying? But we just come in different size, shapes, and colors. But we all come from the same tree, real life. But okay. But what I'm trying to get upon right here is I want to touch the subject a little bit like on frequencies, vibrations, and stuff like that. Because I was talking about the water experiment. You know, because the water experiment is when they take music and they put on and they expose the water to different music, you know, which is frequencies and vibrations, and it would change the biological structure of the water. Like it would change colors and do different things. Sometimes it would crystal up. It would do different things just because of the frequencies and vibrations that was put upon the water. Now, what I'm getting at with this is like I was explaining at one time. I said the human body, we're 90% water. Okay, emotions are frequencies and vibrations. Now, when you take our emotions, you know what I'm saying? And they just say we're music. And then we feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? It's going to change our biological structure, you know, and we're going to become wherever we feel. It's like when you listen to your favorite song, that's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? If you rocking, I be rocking with G Dep. You know what I mean? Then I be like, yo, I be in that zone because that's some frequencies and vibrations. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like frequencies and vibrations. So that's within the water experiment. You know what I'm saying? Because they're music notes, frequencies, or to say vibration. You can say maybe saying vibrations will make it easier for you to grasp the concept vibrations instead of frequencies and stuff like that. But this is what they are. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you take like binary codes. Now I don't want to skip too far, but then when you take, cause I remember I took appreciation in music one time in college. It was interesting. It was interesting, cause that's when I mean I was really like when you learn like you trying to. Well, I was like studying about different vibrations and music and stuff like that. I was really into that, and then I was learning about. I mean, I started matching my notes. You know what I'm saying? Like music, like out the alphabet and numbers coincide because A is like a one, B is like a two, C is three. You know what I'm saying? Those are binary codes right there to be. You know what I'm saying? But to be I just lost the train. Thought. You know what I'm saying? Well, those are binary codes. But see, that's how the alphabet and numbers coincide. But the one thing about words, cause words are power. That's why it's called spelling. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's called spelling, because it's a casting of spells. You see what I'm saying? You're casting spells when you speak, because of frequencies and vibrations. You see what I'm saying? It's just like when they teach you about consonants and vowels. You see what I'm saying? The vowels give that extra power. They're like that extra. I forget what they called it to the consonant. You know what I'm saying? I forget exactly how they explained it, but that's what it. But what it is. But what it is frequencies and vibrations when you're speaking. You see what I'm saying? These words, because these words you're speaking are binary codes. You see what I'm saying? They're binary codes. You know how binary codes are in the computer? They go from O1 to so to B. That's we're artificial intelligence. I don't want to say artificial intelligence, but I mean whatever it is, whatever we are, we're computers and stuff. We're computers. So when you put certain binary codes to, when you put a certain command in the computer, what does it do? It does what you command it to do. And this is the same thing with binary codes. You know what I'm saying? Like the alphabets and stuff, that they're binary codes. So when you're putting in a certain binary, when you speaking certain letters, then you're giving the computer certain commands. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's called. I guess that's why they call it casting spells or something like that. But I mean, maybe you can coincide it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing. It's just like the commands. It's like the placebo effect. The placebo effect. Like if you take like they said in psychology, when I was in psychology class, they was doing this, teaching, speaking was about that experiment. Like you could have like a aspirin, and you could have a piece of candy, right? But okay, then you have like I don't want to say client or whatever, or just say okay, this okay, I'm always in the first person. So, okay, so the doctor has a piece of candy, and he has, and the other one he has is the aspirin. But he so happens to give me the piece of candy and tell me it's an aspirin because I have a headache. So now he asks me maybe a couple of hours later, or how do I feel? And I'm like, yeah, I feel better. But then he turns around and tells me, you know what I just gave you? I just gave you a piece of candy. I didn't give you the aspirin. You see what I'm saying? Is because the mind is like, oh, it's so deep, it's so deep. Now how I just jump right there, and it's right to the mind with the placebo effect, and trying to see how to entwine that with the binary codes and the frequencies and vibrations. Well, basically, okay, look, we're not going to go too far with that right now. Basically, I just want you to grasp the concept of frequencies and vibrations, and manifestation. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on the manifestation right here. So what you know is that when you feel a certain type of way with your emotions, these are frequencies, these are motions of vibrations that you're putting off within yourself. Because you're water. Think of the water experiment. You're 90% water. So these frequencies of vibrations are being applied to the water, and it's changing your biological structure. So whatever you're feeling, you become. So the main thing to do is be aware of what you're feeling, so you know what you're becoming. So now that you can be a creator, if you know how you feel, you know where you're going. If you know how you feel, you know what you see. If you know how you feel, you know how you hear. You see what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? So just be aware. See, the only way to change a habit is to become aware of the habit. If you're not aware of a habit, I mean, how can you change anything? If you're not aware of your situation or your surroundings, how can you know anything? You see what I'm saying? So it's awareness. So I just want you to become aware of yourself. Become aware of your feelings. Become aware of your emotions, because you're creating what you feel. You're creating what you see. You're creating what you hear. You're creating you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're never the same. You're never the same, but we can talk about that later. So I just want you to be aware of it. And then, if you would like to, just watch the water experiment and get an idea You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times perception. So once you see it, then you believe it, and once you believe it, you are, and then you can feel it. You see what I'm saying? And then you can try to like coincide the water experiment with yourself because we are the water experiment. When our emotions tap into the water within us, the self within us, it changes. You can say alter or changes our biological structure. It changes our reality. So I'm just saying, be aware of your emotions. You see what I'm saying? Be aware of your feelings. You know, be aware of you. Get to know you. To know thyself is to know thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real talk. So I basically that's what I wanted to touch on right there. This wanted to touch a little bit of it. I'm kind of still getting used to this. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a little deeper and deeper as my confidence grows. So you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm gonna do what it do. So to basically, you know what I'm saying, just take this to the threshold right here. All I want to say is to think of a thought is to become, and to know a thought is to be. I am.